Right, so let's have a look at how I am automating Blur with Compass. It is running completely on autopilot. It's farming me points, sending me updates of what's happening. If I get buy something, it lists it automatically. It cancels bid automatically. It's quite cool. So here I have the bidding automation. The bidding automation will bid on collections, making sure that I have a set number of bids above me, just so my bid doesn't get accepted. Now, the bidding automation works together with the canceller automation. As the name suggests, this one makes sure that my bid is neither too close or too far from the top bid. So let's say if I want to have 10 bids above mine and some of those bids above me get accepted, then the canceller will automatically cancel my bid so my bidder can rebid at the correct, now lower level. This makes sure that my bids are protected from dumps as much as possible. I also have some other stuff here. Hourly Blur points report reports my Blur points to my Telegram every hour. That way I can keep track of the points I'm making. I also have the auto lister in case I buy any tokens, in case one of my bids gets filled, then the automation will automatically list it on the floor, getting me back the liquidity I need to continue farming. And then I have a nice little accumulator alert, and what this does, if a whale starts accumulating more than 50 tokens in less than 48 hours, I get a notification to my phone giving me an early warning that, hey, a dump might be coming for this collection. You might want to turn your farmer off for that specific one. Right, so in this video we will be covering the first two, the bidder and the canceller, just to show you guys how it works, what the concept is behind it. So here is a visualization of what the bidder and the canceller does. You can see the chart, the floor price chart, how the floor moves up and down. You probably know this. And then the top bid below it shows how closely the top bid follows the floor price. Obviously, the top bid is usually under the floor price, but the distance isn't that big. And then the interesting green line, which is where I will be wanting to place my bids. I don't want to place it too close to the top bid. And I also don't want to place my bids too far from the floor, actually, because then I will receive much less Blur points, and that's wasted liquidity. So I want to place on the top of that green line so that my bids have a perfect balance of risk and rewards. Right, so let's say the bidder places the bid in the black dot right there on top of the farm zone, the ideal zone, and as the top bid and floor crashes, so does the farm zone, and that moves away from my bid, so the canceller has to cancel it. Same would happen if the floor price and top bid starts rising. If I bid right there and the top bid starts going away from my bid, then the farm zone will leave my bid, so to say. And once the bid is outside the farm zone, the canceller will cancel it. As you can see, the distance is increasing to the floor price, so therefore the rewards are decreasing that I'm getting for that bid. I want to get rid of that bid and post it in the ideal spot again. Obviously, the ideal spot has by now moved away. Once the bid gets cancelled, the bidder notices that the canceller has cancelled the bid and posts a new bid immediately in the ideal position. So here we can see that I placed another bid where the black dot is, and as the top bid continues crashing, again that moves out of the green zone and gets cancelled. And so you'll end up with a bunch of dots close to the top of the green line, and as the top bid and therefore the green zone moves up and down, my bids gets cancelled. Same happens here. If I put the bid in that spot and then the floor starts crashing, then my bid will get cancelled in time and reposted in the perfect spot, which will be slightly below it. So this is the concept. You'll have a bunch of bids all in the perfect position along the top of this green line. So let's have a look at what this green line and the top bid and everything looks like on Blur. So if I check on Blur, here I can see it for the Compass Lifetime Pass. Obviously, I have my bid right there, and I will want to have at least 2 bids above me. If I get too close or too far from the top bid, then obviously the canceller will cancel it, and then immediately after the bid will be replaced at the perfect spot. Right, so let's have a look at how this looks like in action. I turn off my automations just so I can manually cancel my bid. And now I will place a bid manually in the wrong place, too far up, right? So this will be in the first bracket. I will have no bids above me, no bids for safety. This simulates what happens if the bids above me get thinned out. And let's have a look at how the canceller will work to cancel it. So I turn these things on. The canceller will cancel my bid and the bidder will rebid in the perfect position. If I go into history, I can see their logs, what they are doing. Let's have a look. It already started. Now we wait for it to cancel. Boom, it's cancelled. See, it disappeared. The canceller has already cancelled it. And now the bidder is supposed to rebid in the perfect position according to its settings. We go to history, see what it's doing. 28 seconds ago. Let's refresh. The bid's still not there. It runs every minute, but you can set it to be faster. I set it for 1 minute for demonstration purposes. Let's wait a little. Right, so we can see it running now. The bid should come in the second bracket because I set it so that it has 2 bids above it. Let's have a look what it did. It bid on blur, so the bid should be in. Blur is maybe a bit slow. There you go. There I am in the second bracket in the right place. So that happened automatically. A bid was in the wrong place because the ceiling thinned out up above me, and it was cancelled and rebid in the correct spot. Good, now let's turn these off and let's have a look at another scenario where my bid gets too far down in the ladder. I cancel my bid and I will place it too far down somewhere there. Let's do 0.3, why not? I will manually place a bid very low just so my canceller can cancel it and the bidder can put it in the right place. There's my bid, very low. It's not making me many points. So I enable these things. Canceller will cancel it and the bidder will place it in the right place. There you go, I'm cancelled, so I have no bids. And now the bidder will pick up that my bid was cancelled, that I don't have any bids there, and it will bid in the right spot. So there I am, that's my new bid that the bidder just placed in the right spot. I have 2 bids above me, I'm generating blur points there, and that is basically how it works. Now all of these templates that I use are available to use with a single click in our automation library. There you can see the canceller and the blur farmer are the first 2 in the blur category, but we have a bunch of others. We have nice little descriptions here, what you can input. It is explained in the document how you can use it. Obviously, you watch this video, so you already know probably. You can add a max bid. That's the absolute maximum bid you're willing to place in ETH for every single one of your bids. You have a bid quantity, how many bids you want to place in one go. You have the minimum number of bids above me. We've talked about this. And the lowest bid brackets you're willing to go. That's basically your farm zone, the width of your farm zone of the green line that I showed you on the chart earlier. And then the other one, the canceller, slightly simpler. You don't have to specify a collection here because this one watches your whole wallet and cancels any bids that are too far or too close to the top bid. You have the same upper lower bound inputs here as with the earlier one. Now go to the automation library and start farming blur points.